Hello there, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another talk session with ChatGPT. My today's topic is how to create the growth mindset and embrace challenges.
Hope you're doing well. What's on your mind today?
Today's topic is how to create a growth mindset and embrace challenges. I will ask you a bit of some questions, and I want you to answer them in a bit of detail.
Absolutely, that sounds great. I'm all set to dive into growth mindset and how to embrace challenges. Feel free to ask away whenever you're ready, and I'll give you detailed answers. Let's get started.
What is a growth mindset in simple words?
In simple terms, a growth mindset is the belief that you're developed through effort, learning, and persistence. Is the opposite of a fixed mindset, where people believe their abilities are static and cannot change. With a growth mindset, you're more open to challenges and see failures as opportunities to grow.
How does a growth mindset differ from a fixed mindset?
So the key difference is that with a fixed mindset, people believe that their abilities, intelligence, and talents are innate and unchangeable. So when faced with challenges or failures, they might feel discouraged or give up more easily. On the other hand, with a growth mindset, individuals see challenges as chances to learn and improve. They embrace effort and persistence, and they believe that they can develop their skills over time. This leads to more resilience, more creativity, and a greater willingness to take on new challenges.
Why is embracing challenges important?
Embracing challenges is super important because it's through these challenges that we really grow and develop. When we step out of our comfort zones, we learn new skills, gain valuable experiences, and build resilience. Overcoming obstacles also boosts our confidence and helps us develop a more positive and proactive mindset. Plus, every challenge we face gives us a chance to innovate and think creatively, ultimately leading to personal and professional growth.
How can someone start developing a growth mindset?
A great way to start developing a growth mindset is to begin with self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and notice when you're thinking in a fixed mindset way, like believing you can't do something. Then consciously reframe those thoughts into growth oriented ones, like seeing challenges as opportunities. Another important step is to embrace learning. That means being open to feedback, viewing mistakes as part of the learning process, and consistently seeking out new challenges. Finally, surrounding yourself with a supportive community and learning from role models who exhibit a growth mindset can also make a big difference.
How can mindset affect success in work or study?
Mindset plays a huge role in both work and studies. With a growth mindset, you're more likely to see challenges as opportunities to learn and improve, which means you're more resilient in the face of setbacks. This can lead to continuous improvement, greater creativity, and a willingness to take initiative. On the other hand, a fixed mindset can lead to avoidance of challenges, fear of failure, and even giving up too soon, which can limit growth and success. Ultimately, a growth mindset encourages lifelong learning and adaptability, both of which are crucial for long-term success in any field.
How can someone overcome fear or failure?
Overcoming the fear of failure often starts with changing how we view failure itself. Instead of seeing it as a negative reflection of our abilities, we can start viewing it as a valuable learning opportunity. One helpful approach is to reframe failures as stepping stones towards success. Another key is to set realistic goals and celebrate small wins along the way. Building a support system like mentors or peers who encourage you can also help reduce that fear. And practicing self-compassion is essential. Being kind to yourself when things don't go as planned can make a big difference. Over time, these practices help build resilience and reduce that fear of failure.
How can self-reflection help build a growth mindset?
Self-reflection is really powerful because it allows you to pause and examine your experiences, thoughts, and reactions. By regularly reflecting, you can identify areas where you might have a fixed mindset and then consciously work to shift your perspective. It also helps you recognize patterns in your behavior and thought processes, which can highlight areas for growth. Moreover, self reflection encourages you to celebrate your progress and learn from setbacks rather than being discouraged by them. Over time, this practice helps reinforce the belief that you can grow and improve, which is at the heart of a growth mindset.
How does perseverance play a role in mindset?
Perseverance is absolutely key in maintaining a growth mindset because it's what keeps you moving forward even when things get tough. When you persist through challenges and setbacks, you're essentially reinforcing the belief that effort leads to improvement. Perseverance also helps you overcome obstacles and keeps you motivated to keep learning and growing. In essence, perseverance is the fuel that drives the continuous effort needed to develop and maintain a growth mindset.
How can someone learn from criticism?
Learning from criticism really starts with having an open and receptive mindset. Instead of taking feedback personally, you can view it as an opportunity to grow. It helps to listen carefully, ask clarifying questions if needed, and look for specific areas of improvement. Also, it's helpful to separate the emotional response from the actual content of the feedback. Over time, reflecting on criticism can help you identify patterns and areas for growth. And ultimately, the more you practice embracing constructive criticism, the more resilient and adaptable you become.
How does curiosity support growth?
Curiosity is a powerful driver of growth because it pushes you to explore, ask questions, and seek out new knowledge and experiences. When you're curious, you're more open to learning and more willing to experiment, even if it means making mistakes along the way. This mindset helps you stay engaged and motivated, making it easier to overcome challenges and adapt to new situations. Plus, curiosity often leads to deeper understanding and creativity, which ultimately enriches both personal and professional growth.
How can someone replace negative self talk with positive thinking?
Replacing negative self talk with positive thinking starts with awareness. The first step is to notice when you're being self critical and then consciously challenge those negative thoughts. One effective technique is to reframe those thoughts into more balanced or positive ones. For example, instead of thinking, I can't do this, you can shift it to, I can learn how to do this with practice. Another helpful approach is to practice self compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. Also, surrounding yourself with positive influences and focusing on your strengths can gradually help shift your mindset. Over time, these practices build a more positive inner dialogue and support a growth oriented outlook.
How does setting goals improve mindset?
Setting goals is really beneficial because it gives you clear direction and purpose, which helps keep you motivated and focused. When you set specific, achievable goals, it encourages a growth mindset by allowing you to measure progress and celebrate small wins along the way. This process helps build confidence and resilience as you see that effort leads to improvement. Plus, goal setting helps you break down larger, overwhelming tasks into manageable steps, making it easier to stay committed and adaptable. Overall, it reinforces a proactive and positive approach to learning and growth.
How does embracing challenges increase confidence?
When you embrace challenges, you push yourself out of your comfort zone. And each time you overcome an obstacle, it reinforces your sense of capability and resilience. This gradual success builds confidence because you see firsthand that you can handle difficulties and grow from them. Over time, this pattern of facing and overcoming challenges helps you develop a more positive self image and a belief in your own abilities. Plus, every challenge you tackle gives you valuable experience and skills which further boost your confidence and prepares you for future growth.
How can someone focus on effort rather than outcomes?
Focusing on effort rather than outcomes really starts with shifting your mindset to value the process. One way to do this is to set specific process oriented goals like committing to practicing regularly or improving certain skills rather than just aiming for a specific end result. It also helps to celebrate small improvements and milestones, which reinforces the value of effort. Another key is to practice self compassion and remind yourself that grace takes time and setbacks are just part of the journey. Finally, surrounding yourself with a supportive environment and focusing on continuous learning helps keep the emphasis on effort rather than just the final outcome.
Okay, thank you, ChatGPT, very much. Today, your insights are really helpful, and everyone else, thank you for watching as well. I will see you in the next live stream. Until then, thank you. Bye bye. Take care.